What's going on, people? Welcome to my vlog episode number 2. Currently 7 weeks out from the BNBF Midlands Qualifier. At the moment everything's going well, training's going well, diet seems to be going well, everything seems to be working, which is quite rare because usually I kind of have a bit of a stumble and not quite sure which direction to go, but when things are going well, just gotta roll with it. So I'm actually making this vlog because I've received quite a few different questions since my last vlog, so I thought I may as well do another one and just make it kind of like a question and answer one. So I'm not going to go through all the questions, but I've picked out a few. Question number 1: when should I change my training? Do I stick with the program or change it as soon as it gets easy? Well, if your training gets too easy, it needs to be changed there and then, even if it's only, say, the second week of a 16-week program. It needs to be changed. I do believe that a training program should always be progressive, so there's no point in sticking at the same level for the rest of the duration of the program just because that's what's been wrote out for you or you wrote out yourself. You should always be evaluating your sessions. You don't have to do it in depth, but if you finish a session and feel like you could do it all again, or you don't feel like you're getting the benefits from it as what you planned to, then it needs to be looked at and adjusted and adapted in a way for it to be beneficial for you. Question number 2: do I track and plan my workouts? No. I don't track and I don't plan. Don't get me wrong, I have a general idea of what I'm going to train each week, and I have an idea of how many times I would like to train each body part, but I just go off feeling. There's a few factors which might change the way I train, and that's like things such as muscle soreness. So for instance, if I wanted to train legs but I trained back the day before and I've done something where it's really affected my lower back, and the next day I don't really want to train legs, if any of the exercises planned was going to involve my lower back heavily, so such as things like squats or RDLs, anything like that, if my lower back's tender, then I'm going to swerve leg day, or any major exercises anyway, any major compound exercises. So also, as I mentioned, I don't track my lifts. Generally on each exercise which I do, I have a rough idea of what I can lift and for however many reps. The reason why I don't track my lifts is because my workouts, the exercises which I do in each one, they don't always stay in the same order. So if I was to do an exercise where I'm fresh in a workout, I more than likely can lift more than towards the end of a workout, just due to fatigue and etc. But like I said, I do have a rough idea. I don't set a certain amount of reps and sets for my workouts. Only thing that I do set is a minimum amount of sets and a minimum amount of reps. So for instance, it's like if I'm doing a lat pull down something, I say, right, I'm going to do 5 sets and my target weight is a minimum of, say, the full stack. That's my base. I won't allow myself to do anything less than that. But if I do that last set and it's easy, then I'll do another set. I'll increase the weight, I'll put a dumbbell on the stack or something. And if that's easy, then I'll go again, and then I might even add some drop sets. So I just kind of go off how I feel. I don't like to set boundaries for myself. I like to set a baseline and then I go from there. Another reason why I don't really set limits to my reps and sets is because I feel like it can actually hold you back. So if you're only programmed to do 4 sets and on that 4 set it's too easy, you're going to wait until another week for you to actually increase the weight, where I'd prefer just to increase it there and then, and forget about how it looks on paper. Like, so for instance, if you can do 100 kg on bench press one week and then the next week you can do 110, it looks great on a chart, fair enough. But if you could actually do that 110 already the week before, you've not actually made any progress. So what I say is, if the weight's too easy, even if you've done all your sets, do another set until you can't do any more sets. I'm not saying you have to be reckless and completely push your muscles to complete failure, but you do have to push yourself. So if you can squeeze out more reps, then do it, or squeeze out another set, then my advice is just to do another set. Don't hold yourself back. The next question is, do I have rest days? I don't have specific rest days, but I will take one whenever I feel like my body needs one. So I could train all week, could train 7 days a week. I do split body parts, so it's quite easily done. But every now and again, you do get a bit tired and feel a bit fatigued, so I'll take some time off quite happily. Well, not quite happily, but I do it because I feel like my body needs to, in order to recover properly, and then I just go again. But my training kind of works on like a rota basis, so I don't have set days of doing things, it just keeps rolling constantly. And so one day I might end up doing chest on a Monday, and then the next week I might end up doing chest on a Wednesday. So that's just kind of how I work. Don't have set days, just kind of go off how I feel, and my body seems to respond to it. A very common question is, how much cardio should I do to get shredded? First thing is, cardio should not be thought as a first protocol of losing weight. Diet is key, I tell you that from now. Not supplements, diet. So sort your food out and then go from there. I couldn't say exactly how much cardio a person should do. It all depends on each person, everyone's different. At the moment, I'm doing cardio 4 or 5 times a week, 30 minutes on Stairmaster. Actually, I've actually increased it, so I'm doing about 40 minutes each time now. But for the past 4 or 5 weeks I've been doing 30 minutes on Stairmaster, or the treadmill if I can't get on Stairmaster. But you've got to remember, there are 3 components to getting shredded: diet, training and cardio. Diet, training and cardio. All of them have got to be in sync, otherwise you are not going to get shredded, and I tell you that from experience. Is prepping hard? Yes and no. The thing is, the more you do it, which I found, the easier it gets. So I'm on this will be my 4th year of competing, and it's been a lot easier, basically because I've got a better understanding of what I'm actually doing. I've never had a prep coach, so going back to the first year, it was pretty much just winging it. I was googling stuff, asking people a few questions and that, and just trial and error. And things, it didn't turn out too bad because I actually ended up winning my first show and winning the overall, so it was a good start. Things are kind of going my way at the moment, so there's no stress. When I make changes, things are happening, and yeah, it's going decent. So, you know, prep's pretty easy right now. I do get a bit hungry from time to time due to the way I'm just doing my diet at the moment, but you know, I'm still eating quite a bit of food, but I've just cut it down from what I was eating. So, you know, so I have felt the effects, but in terms of like cravings and that, I don't get no cravings. As long as I eat the meals when I'm supposed to eat the meals, you know, my cravings don't come. It's only when you miss a meal that's when you really do get the cravings and you get really ravenous, but you have to kind of hold out and just get the meals which you prepped or get cooking like ASAP. Otherwise, if you have one little snack, you'll end up eating everything in your cupboard just because of how ravenous you feel. As we're getting closer to the show, don't get me wrong, the pressure is on, and you know, because I want to do really well, I want to win the shows, I want to get my pro card. People are, I feel like people are expecting me to do well due to my previous history of competing. So that's added pressure. I know you shouldn't really focus on what other people want, but I don't really want to disappoint no one, and I don't want to disappoint myself. So there's a bit of pressure, and you know, I do want to make sure I'm doing the right things. But like I said, because things are going smoothly at the moment, you know, prep life's pretty easy. Just getting up and grinding away. What can make prep life even easier though is having an experienced coach. I've never had one myself, but I know people that have, and it's been comforting for them, as like when you're getting deep into your prep and you start doubting yourself and you know you're unsure about the things you're doing and how you're looking, it's good to have someone there to kind of reassure you and give you a second opinion. So that can be an idea if you're thinking about competing and you don't really know what you're doing, or even if you do know what you're doing but you know that you just like to have a second opinion and a bit of guidance. You know, a prep coach is a really good idea, but it's about finding the one that's right for you. There's a lot of people out there that, well, I see all over Instagram, you know, everyone's a prep coach, everyone's a guru, everyone knows everything, rare. But there are some decent ones out there, and not all of them are like frauds. So choose wisely. Final question: how long should you prep for? Well, me personally, if you're a natural bodybuilder, I would say no less than 16 weeks. Do you know what? Probably if it's your first show, even longer, because you'll be shocked about how much fat you actually do hold and the amount of effort it takes to really strip the layers down. Obviously, it'll vary from person to person, so if you start off in very good nick already, then obviously you won't need as long. But most people, they'll come from a deep off-season look, carrying a lot of body fat and thinking that they've put on a lot of muscle, when in actual fact it's just extra weight which is going to need to get shifted. I've learnt the hard way by consuming a whole load of calories in the off season, thinking, yeah, the more calories, the more muscle I'll be able to grow, and it just wasn't the case. So, you know, at least 16 weeks. Anything less than that, and you're really pushing it, unless you're already shredded. For people who aren't natural, you know, they can do probably shorter diets. I know the pros, the top pros anyway, they're prepping for like 12 weeks, some of them. So even less I've heard, like some of them do. But if you're not a pro and you haven't got a top coach prepping you, then give yourself as much time as possible, mate, because the more time, the less pressure, and you can just glide into it. And that's another thing. If you do prep, you don't want to rush it, especially as a natural bodybuilder, because your body will eat your muscle, mate. It will eat it like yeah, muscle gone. I remember my first ever prep. Basically, I the first show that I watched, first natural show that first bodybuilding show that I watched was the BNBF British Finals in 2012, and I believe Nate Williams, he won his pro card there, and that was a show where I thought, right, that's it, you know, I want to be a bodybuilder. I'm gonna give it a go. So the following year, I thought, right, gonna prep 5-6 weeks into the diet, and I knew something was not right at all. I was losing weight, but I just wasn't looking right, and so I pulled out. I thought, no, I'm not doing it right, and I'm not going to make a fool of myself. So back to the drawing board, get Googling, get quizzing people, and learn. And what I actually done is basically I just starved myself. Not starving as in not eating at all, but just I wasn't eating enough. I just thought the less the better. Didn't really know about macros to that. Didn't really know about what foods were good for you during contest prep. So I completely winged it, messed it up, and waited for the following year to compete. Like I said, won my first show and won the overall. So yeah, this is the end of my Q&A. Really appreciate everyone who's watching, who's subscribed, people sending the questions. You know, just keep them coming. I'll answer as much as I can. I keep the vlogs coming all the way up until the show, and probably even after now. I'm actually quite enjoying this stuff. Been getting a positive response, so you know, I'm gonna keep them going. So yeah, all my social media stuff will be in the link below and probably on the screen. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.